Belarus's international partners should call on the government in one voice and make it very clear that such comportment is simply intolerable and actions of law enforcement officials must be investigated immediately and without bias. Given what's happening in Belarus right now, today the civil society of Belarus needs the support of the EU like never before. It is extremely important for the EU member states to insist in one voice on a sovereign and independent and credible investigation and a credible accountability process for the use of excessive force. That's an absolute must. They should insist that Belarus finally provide access to the country for the Special Rapporteur, and they should provide access to detainees for their lawyers, family, and prison monitoring groups. That's another must. In addition to that, the EU member states should do their utmost to attend trials when those trials happen, and to provide safe haven, that is urgent simplified visas, to critics of the government, human rights activists, and journalists facing repression in Belarus. Another point of concern should be to ensure rigorous implementation of an embargo on weapons, such as stun grenades and tear gas and other materials that can be used by Belarus government, indeed is being used by Belarus government for repression. And any possible breach of this embargo and the alleged use of weapons produced in the EU, any use of such weaponry against protesters, any information to that extent should be thoroughly investigated.
What must be created, the clear, pure message. If you violate human rights and if you kill people, you are punished. If you support the human rights people on the streets, peaceful protesters on the streets, and peaceful transition to democratic government, then you will be rewarded. I totally agree about investigations on the exports of weapons and ammunition to Belarus. I also think it's very good message to propose the dialogue with very clear deadline for Lukashenko. At least that will be very good message to Belarusians. Unfortunately, there is no chance that Lukashenko will accept any form of dialogue. Also, the support of media. Media can do much more than anything else. People who are working in the field right now, they will risk a lot. It's very important to support those foreign media that have their offices in Belarus, and of course Telegram channels as the new media outlets, as the new media space. The network of channels on Telegram is the most powerful media network in Belarus right now, and without them there will not be any coverage and any possible protests. Regarding the sanctions, there are like different layers of sanctions, but I think here the Global Magnitsky Act can be definitely the solution, which must include participants of mass falsifications primarily, not all, of course, all the members of the Central Electoral Committee, but also all those district commissions, except those who revealed the real numbers of votes count.
And I completely agree with my colleagues that we need some international investigation of this using these weapons against the peaceful people. And maybe it will be good to think about some kind of international mission inside in Belarus. What we call now for our government, of course, this is a de-escalation of situation, stop this violence and stop repressions and release all people who was detained during the campaign and after the campaign in post-election period. It's like a first step, and this is a precondition to any other dialogues inside in the country and outside in the country. And I think it's very important to have this advocacy now in that time.